going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 111 of Gotta Watch 'Em All, the podcast bringing together trainers from every corner of Pokemon fandom before watching along with an episode of Pokemon The Series, starting all the way back at episode 1. But today we're going to be watching episode 111, The Tent Situation. Gotta Watch 'Em All is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Saturday, December 26, 2020. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, Merry belated Christmas. How are you, man? What's up?
Hey, happy Delibird season.
Yay, it's Delibird season.
It's Delibird season. This episode is actually it's 111. It's a lot of ones.
111.
111.
Did you have you gotten your Delibird fix in Pokemon Go?
I have not.
Have you?
I have not gotten a shiny. No. I have not gotten 100%. I did have 2 trades that were lucky, and that's it. I have yet to, and even those are not that great.
And no Shadow Delibird this time around.
No Shadow Delibird, and I've legitimately done like hundreds of the Gift 5 Friends gifts. Like it's kind of bonkers. I have like a 98%,
poor Adam. All right, well, we'll get there. We'll touch on it when we get to Pokemon Go. But on today's show, Pokemon Go actually had an event last weekend centered around Galarian Mr. Mime that I wanted to talk about because the community is up in arms. And we discussed it on this week's Lured Up.
Are you talking about the pose?
It's a great topic, so I'm talking about all of it, man. The pose is the best part. I love the pose so much. The Players' Cup 2 is wrapped up, and we're going to review the results. We'll take a close look at Orbeetle VMAX. There's a deck list that Pokemon.com put together. There's also an Orbeetle box out in stores. And then we'll do our rewatch of Pokemon The Series episode 111, The Tent Situation. But let's start with Pokemon Go. We have seasons running. We've got the holiday event running. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the game. It's been busy, and it's been great. But last weekend, we had a $7.99 paid event, ticketed event, centered around Galarian Mr. Mime that was a bit lackluster on paper. It didn't have much to do. You weren't getting a legendary Pokemon in the end. You were getting Galarian Mr. Mime. And they put a $7.99 price tag on it. This is similar to events that we've seen in the past with Regigigas and Genesect. Those were obviously legendary Pokemon. So for many in the community, this kind of like felt different because Mr. Mime doesn't have the same star power as, say, like a Genesect. But also, the biggie, in my opinion, was Niantic didn't make it clear as to when Mr. Mime, the Galarian Mr. Mime, would become available for those that didn't buy the ticket. And it's also important to note that this event was announced shortly after the Pokemon Go Tour Kanto event, which is an $11.99 ticketed event. So they announced the Kanto Tour event and say, hey, this event's coming up in February. It's $11.99. But in the meantime, here's a $7.99 event that's happening next weekend. And the community just kind of got up in arms saying, what's with all these paid events? Didn't feel good. It didn't seem like the value was there for many. Now, some in the community were not taking into consideration the extras that come with the event. It came with incense, battle passes, lures, poffins, super incubator, star pieces, a bunch of stuff. But so for me, I was saying to everyone, like, oh, come on, it comes with all these items. This is great. It's worth it. But what I've learned over the past week or so is that if people aren't into using these items and aren't purchasing these items anyway, they don't see the value in those items because they don't want them. So it kind of had the community torn in the middle because the event itself was a little lackluster. Now, for me, I enjoyed the event. I was done with it in an hour. I'm glad I got all those extras because those are things that I would typically pay for. But like Adam was alluding to in the beginning, it comes with this Mr. Mime pose, which has kind of become this like a statement in the community. Like when you see someone with the Mime pose or you see a Galarian Mr. Mime or Mr. Rhyme in a gym, it's like it triggers the community a bit. So Adam, what are your thoughts on not just the event? So talk about your feelings on the event, but the $7.99 price tag. How do you feel about that stuff?
So as far as the event goes, the items, I'm not one to normally buy a Poffin. I'm not one to buy Ultra Balls. I'm not one to buy battle passes. I would rather buy a remote raid pass than, because it allows, again, there's just like a lot of diversity that I could use that with. I could get invited to a raid. I could invite others to raids. especially if like you're on the move. Like if like obviously not driving, being a passenger in the seat, but like if I see a raid and I want to, send people invites, or if I just want to do that raid while moving, like because I'm not doing anything, I'm sitting like, and I noticed this on Christmas. It's like there's a raid, I want to do it, but I'm in the passenger seat and I can't do it.
Right.
And it's like, okay, cool. I have all these battle passes. What am I to do with them? I can't use them.
Yeah, but that's kind of very specific. Like you're saying that at some point you're not going to have an opportunity to use a standard battle pass.
Listen, I've been storing them. I keep getting more. All these events
but
that
that's good.
have these included.
There could be one big raid weekend, and you could use all of them. If you do 10 raids in one day, I mean, it's like it's.
Well, I will tell you
items.
that I would probably use my free raid pass before I used a battle pass.
Well, of course you got to use the free one. I mean, that's the ideal thing. The ideal situation for me is that in the least I'm doing 7 raids a week because I'm using my free one every day. Like that's what I want to do. I mean, I typically with remote raids and everything in the mix, I'll probably do about 20 raids a week or something like that. If there's a raid day that might stack 10 or 15 more onto one day, but there's a lot of opinions here, a lot of feelings. That the community was a little bit up in arms.
And the price tag just it's just not.
You think it's too much?
It just wasn't there for me. I mean,
yeah.
From the event, and I understand quarantine. I understand we're in the pandemic and all that stuff, but I understand all this stuff. Okay, but Regigigas, when that event happened, that was amazing. Like that felt like being at GoFest. Because the community came together, and I understand the community can't come together like in certain ways, but there's got to be a way to get your community together. And it's like, okay, what better way than communities via Discord or anything like that? Like give us, some remote raid passes that we can play with and be interactive with each other, even though we're far apart. That would have been more worth.
That's actually a great point, because what made the Regigigas event so awesome was the fact that people were traveling in packs to do the Regi raids and find, hunt down a Regice and hunt down a Regirock and hunt down a Steel. That was cool. By saying like, hey, it would have been cool if they threw some remote passes in the event and then required raids as part of the event. That would have been cool. I didn't even think of that, because then at least the community would be getting together, even if it is remotely, rather than just the tasks that were in the event, like catch 15 psychic Pokemon. There was no joy in that. There was no challenge in that.
Exactly.
You just waited for the Pokemon to come to you. Remote raiding would have been at least like saying, okay, let's get organized and let's do this together. And then you could have had a group of trainers that could have completed the event together as a group. Oh, man, Adam, I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
I think like all the talks we've had about this, I think that would have been an awesome way to have a virtual event that still felt community driven. I think you nailed it, dude. I think you did.
Yeah. And then, I mean, also, I just don't really enjoy being forced into an evolution. That just feels bad. That's the last thing I'll say. I do like the event wasn't that great. On all honesty, like I had to have the incense to do anything, and I understand like that's what the event was about, but at the same time it was just like, it just didn't feel like an event. Didn't feel like anything was going on.
To be fair though, typically when they do a special research story or something like that, even like a limited research day, there usually isn't much like substance to it. It's task driven. So I get it. A lot of people felt that way. But for me, I mean, getting that pose, which I absolutely love. I've been rocking the power pose since the day poses came out. And this is the first time I've changed poses. Now I'm using the Mr. Mime pose. I just think it's absolutely hilarious to see your avatar kind of like sweep into the screen, from the side with the jazz hands out. Like I think it's so cool. So for me, it was worth it. But, we want to hear your opinions. Let us know what you thought of the Mr. Mime event. Did you take part? What prevented you from not taking part if you didn't? It's definitely a great topic. And check out Lured Up, because we go in depth with the community on community feelings and all that good stuff. But it's definitely a great topic. But Adam, we're also in the holiday event, so I know, like you were saying, you're hunting Delibird pretty heavy, but haven't had much luck. I apologize for you. I'm sorry you haven't gotten your shiny.
It's okay. I just feel like I've gone pretty hard, and like, this morning I got the shiny Stantler, and like that was cool and all. But yesterday, Christmas, I exclusively caught Delibird. And I went so hard.
You should have went hard today. Today was the day for Delibird.
I did go hard today.
And yesterday?
Yeah, I've had incense going like this entire event.
How's your
I've bought
how's your
several
Candy XL looking for Delibird?
Well, it's definitely low right now because I've been spending it on my 100% Delibird. That's my best buddy.
Okay. So you are leveling one up over 40?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So,
and I've used a lot of the transferring to get XL candy.
Ooh, that's not a good value.
No, it's not. But at the same time,
100 to 1.
At the same time, it's like, I'm here already. I want to get it done.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. But yeah, a lot going on in Pokemon Go. Hopefully you have better luck with Delibird than Adam has. I haven't had the luck either, but I haven't been going too heavy. I'm just
somebody
catching
tagged
everything.
me on
I'm not
Twitter, and they were like, "Listen, I got you. I got 4 of them." And I'm like, "How?"
Oh yeah, TRD for dude. He's the person that tagged you is like he's got like 600,000 catches, and he's heavy duty. So there's a hardcore player there. That's a hardcore player. But all right, well, let's move on to the Players Cup, and this is gonna encompass VGC and TCG, and I'll talk about the VGC first. It's been going on for weeks. Pokemon.com has been sharing links for their Twitter. I mean sharing links for their Twitch, and there's been plenty of stuff going on there. U.S. favorite Wolf Glick, who is also a contributor on Pokemon.com, took first place and took advantage of the newly released Pokemon, being that he brought Galarian form Moltres and Rapid Strike style Urshifu, along with Dragapult, Incineroar, and Colossal, and Rillaboom.
Wow.
David Carrer of Italy took home second place with his Regigigas and Single Strike style Urshifu lineup. Jean-Paul Lopez Buzia of Peru took home third place with Therian form Landorus and Galarian form Moltres. And the VGC has definitely seen some increased depth as of late, with significant diversity coming from the competitors because of the stuff that we're able to find in the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor. This is exciting. Everyone in the top 3 brought something that was from that DLC. So I think that was really cool. And it was cool to see Wolf Glick, bringing the Galarian form Moltres and Rapid Strike style Urshifu to take first place. It was really cool. Some of the batches were very, very exciting. The streams were up on Twitch, and I believe they're going to be clipping that stuff out and putting it up on their YouTube channel soon, so make sure you check it out.
Yeah, they should be already up there.
Yeah, and Players Cup 3 was already announced, so that's worth talking about. Play Pokemon isn't giving too much time between Players Cup 2 and Players Cup 3, but Players Cup 3 is going to be starting in the beginning of January and run through April, so it's coming very soon, and Pokemon Tournament DX is returning to the lineup for number 3.
Yeah, I do know that you should have your tickets for TCG by the 26th of January. Because that's, I believe, when they start.
For the TCG, the actual match tickets.
I believe so. Yeah, tickets. It's going to be in the same way that Players Cup 2. A lot of similarities.
Like with the keys and stuff?
Yep,
Is that how
exactly. Yeah, every player that logs in from October to January 25th, I think, has the ability to, as long as you have your Pokemon Trainer Club account.
Trainer Club, yep.
Linked to your TCGO. You've got tickets.
Nice.
You've got tickets, which is cool.
All right, well, Adam, why don't you run us through some of the TCG stuff? I kind of skipped ahead here.
No, it's okay. No, and it's like it's cool because there's a lot of new players picking this game up. There's a lot. I've just seen a lot, like influx of trainers, and it's awesome. There's a lot of TCGO codes floating around.
No, it's been gaining popularity in Steam, and it's reflected when you go to the stores and you see like cleared out shelves. I mean, it's been wild.
Literally nothing. I mean, I will say, Christmas Eve, in like the last 10-15 minutes that Walmart was open, I walked in. I forget what we were getting. I think it was a Christmas sweater or something. Walked in. The card section was empty. Walk all the way to the back, and they had a stack of Blastoise GX boxes.
Nice.
That like special promo full art thing.
Yep.
And they had a stack of Crimson Invasion Elite Trainer boxes.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa. And what's in front? One lone Champion's Path with the Charizard. And I was like, wow, I'm gonna pick that up.
Way.
I kind of just like grabbed it and was
Nice.
like walking around the store. I was like, I don't know if I like need this, but I'm just gonna hold on to it.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. I was like, Merry Christmas, Adam. So I got it, obviously.
Nice.
All right, but the Players Cup 2, after weeks of qualifiers and regionals, it's come to an end. As expected, it brought some new talent into the mix. In first place, we have Zach Lesage from Canada, who used a Pikarom and Bolton V deck. Well, I mean, it's basically Pikarom, but just tons of different variations. In second place, we had Brent Tonneson from Australia, who used a Pikarom as well. The best part is both of these decks are running 4 Enhanced Hammer or Crushing Hammer, which is flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy. So the main purpose of those is to slow down ADP, slow down your opposing decks to be able to just take advantage and get an extra attack in here or there. But, I mean, there's some slight variations between the two lists, mainly that Zach chose to run 2 copies of Mewtwo and Mew GX, along with 4 copies of Marnie, rather than the 3 that Brant ran. Finally, in third, we saw Hugo Lapierre. Lapierre? I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. Of Canada, who ran a Welder and Jirachi-powered Blacephalon deck. With 2 successful TCG Player Cups in the books, it's going to be interesting to see how Play Pokemon handles competitive play in 2021 season, because I'm still waiting for physical events, and I understand
that's
everything.
That's the thing. There's so much success here. Like, what do they do?
Well, that's the thing.
It's got to always be a part of it.
Well, that's the thing. So it's like maybe they get 4 Players Cups in the book before Worlds, and then they just invite like the top 4 from each of those Players Cups to have like a mini Worlds in London. Like, I don't know what their plan is, but they said that 2021, and I know nothing is like set in stone, but I can't imagine Pokemon not attempting to try to get a Worlds in 2021.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows? It really, it's not up to them. It's like, of course they want to do it, but if the world isn't ready, that's going to be the issue. But what's interesting here is because the Players' Cups have seen so much success, especially on the TCG side, introducing, TCGO as actual accredited, to play Pokemon, the Players' Cup may always be a component of the Play Pokemon thing, even when the physical events come back. Maybe they have Players' Cup every single time, and then they have a separate Players' Cup World Championships. That way it's not kind of tied in necessarily to the physical events, but you can qualify for the physical worlds if you have, if you play certain things in Players. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it, because obviously playing physical cards is so much different when you're face to face with your opponent versus playing from, your living room online, on a tablet at home. You know what I mean? Like there's so much of a difference. Like, I don't know if those two play styles are really gonna, have a place being together. Like, it's just very interesting, and we're gonna have to see. But it's up to the world. Wear your masks, please, so we can have competitive Pokemon physically.
No, exactly. And there's also there's also like I don't know what to call there. It's like league battles or something like that. I know it's somewhere. It's like arena battles. I feel awful because I'm like, It's like another way that they're trying to get TCG in a different format. So they're like playing with I'm trying to like look at what
a different
it's called
format?
no, it's called Team Challenge. And so it's you sign up for a specific store and you go in, you play just like it was like a small league challenge. So, there could be, 100 people in the tournament, there could be 8.
But it's online?
It's online, but the tournament organizer is the store owner. And it's all run through Discord. So it's like
interesting.
Low key, but also it's just like they call time, they do all this stuff. It's all run through Arcanine Labs or RK9 Labs.
Yeah, well, doing it like that might give it a little bit more of a consistent feel to what people can expect when they're playing physically. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's someone in charge. There's referees on hand. There's people making calls. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why they're doing that. But I like that. That sounds cool.
But it's a whole tournament series where you basically fight in like multiple tournaments to become one of the 4 top people that represent that store, and then they go on to fight other stores in the area, and then you go on to more and more stuff. But long story short, it's like their way of giving us something else other than just the Players' Cup.
I like that. I've talked to a lot of people that play TCGO pretty consistently, but are still kind of intimidated by the Players' Cup format. So maybe this will be a good option for them to just dip their toes in and see what it's like to be, in a structured event environment. It's kind of cool.
I've played in one so far. I didn't do too well, but it was a lot of fun.
All right, well, Adam, why don't we move over to some more TCG stuff and take a look at this deck profile that Pokemon put together for Orbeetle. I don't know if you have any experience with this.
I don't, but this is one card that I've been like eyeballing for so long because it reminds me of Flygon Delta from Dragon Frontiers back in the day. It said, in between turns, if this card is your active Pokemon, put 1 damage counter on all of your opponent's basic Pokemon that already have damage on them. I know it's a little bit different than the actual ability, but it was nice because you could switch into it, or if something got knocked out, that would come up, plays 10 on everything that has damage. Awesome. Orbeetle VMAX has an awesome ability. It's called Eerie Beam, which allows you to place a damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon while it's active. And the best part is that you can use 4 in a turn if you have all 4 out.
That's crazy. That's where things go a little bonkers with this.
Right, because you can add up strategy damage really quickly. And you've got VMAXs, so you can always, use stuff like Super Scoop Up, flip a coin if heads, just like people are using, enhanced hammers, just like Super Scoop Up. Bring it back to your hand and start over. If it gets damaged, bring it up. You use things like Mallow and Lana to heal, U-turn board, air balloon, switch, bird keeper. There's tons of ways to switch your Pokemon.
Right.
So it's not unlikely that you'd be able to get this, to rotate a couple times during your turn, put a bunch of damage counters down. For 2 energies, it does 50 damage, plus 50 additional damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if they have, Pikachu Zekrom up, that's going to do 200 damage to it. If they've got the 3.
That's awesome.
And if you had 4 Orbeetles and placed 4 damage counters in between all those moves, you'd be able to one-shot it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it's basically built around weakening your opponent using the Eerie Beam ability while going in for knockouts with the G-Max Wave. The longer you can tank Orbeetle, the more grief you can give your opponent by chipping away at all their Pokemon. And then it also has like Rowlet, which does 60 damage as long as you played Bird Keeper that turn. Well, normally, yeah, it does 60 damage for 3 energies, but if you played Bird Keeper, you ignore the energy attack cost, so you just like do it, which is awesome. So like, yes, you place the 4 damage counters, then you Bird Keeper, draw some cards, and then attack with Rowlet for a knockout, which is the goal. Then you play Mr. Mime with its ability Scoop Up Block, so your opponents can't scoop up anything that has damage counters on it. Or scoop up any Pokemon, just in general.
And they came out with an Orbeetle V box at retail. So
Which I got for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
That was one.
So you can at least get your hands on the V and then just have to hunt down the VMAX.
Which is one of the two things I asked for Christmas. I asked for that and then the far-fetched Galarian, and I got that as well.
Oh, nice. Very nice, very nice. All right, well, let's take a little break, Adam, and when we come back, we'll watch our episode of the anime, The Tent Situation.
I need a break. I got to go play some TCGO.
Oh, stop. All right, we'll be back right after this. And we are back from our break. Thank you all for that. I am refreshed. I have retrieved water from the refrigerator, so
you've got the water.
I'm hydrated now, so I feel much better. But a little housekeeping to get through before the back half of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And if Patreon isn't your thing, no big deal. There's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. Also, our merch store is up and available at PokemonProfessor.com/merch. All right, Adam, we got the tent situation here. This is the second to last episode in the Orange Islands arc. It's episode 59 in that arc. The original air date in Japan was September 30th, 1999 as episode 115. And in the US, it came out on October 7th, 2000 and is currently episode 111 in the current US rotation as we're watching it. Orange Islands through Amazon Prime Video. So you ready to get this show on the road?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, we're going to start this up, and like always, we're going to jump past the intro song and just start watching along when after the title song. All right, so let's start this in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, happy Pikachu.
I was going to say, look how happy Pikachu is.
Where his Pokemon journey began.
Wait, they're back at Pallet? Oh, nice.
Oh, they just walked back?
Yeah, they walked.
You remember Pallet Town, don't you, Togepi?
He was like, I don't remember anything. I'm a baby.
I can't wait to meet the famous Professor Oak.
Oh, that's right. Tracy finally gets to meet Professor Oak, and they finally give the GS ball back.
Where did all these books come from? There's
They
no
came
way.
from his bag of holding.
Tracy, why don't we do this at my house? Yeah, we can have lunch while you decide what to show Professor
Oh, we
Oak.
get to see creepy Mr. Mime.
Good idea.
So, little tangent here. In the Secrets of the Jungle movie that's coming out in Japan, the new movie, an article came out saying that they're going to reveal the origin of Ash's father and give information on Ash's dad. So,
Whoa.
It's going to be weird to have a whole movie and they're going to just keep talking about Mr. Mime. It's so weird. Mom, Dad, I mean Mr. Mime.
No wonder why Ash is so weird. Don't even knock, just go in. Please don't knock.
It's your
Please
house,
don't knock.
dude.
Okay.
Is that you, Ash?
Uh-oh, Brock's there. Uh-oh.
He's back.
Oh my god.
We got Brock back.
He's Brock.
Hey, how you doing there, Misty? Hiya, Togepi. Looking good.
Just snatches Togepi out of her hands.
How you doing? What are you doing here?
Hey, you must be
He's
Tracy.
like, I was just keeping
that's
the
me.
house
Well,
tidy.
How about a nice cup of tea? I just made a fresh pot of indigo oolong, which has a delightful peachy flavor.
Indigo
It has a
oolong.
floral fragrance, and I think you'll find it very refreshing. I like my tea straight, but for you, I'll add a dash of milk and 2 heaping teaspoons of sugar. Now watch out,
Dude,
it's
what
hot.
like
Here you go,
Brock.
Tracy.
Brock, what are you doing here in Pallet Town? Yeah, Brock.
And in my house.
Island.
Yeah.
This ship needs a captain. If I stay here, I'll get to learn more and more about Pokemon every day.
I love this flashback.
And I think these guys may need me a lot more than you guys do. Bye. See ya.
Gee, dude.
Wow.
Thank you guys. And just make sure you don't forget me, will ya?
Well, they kind of forgot you
were
until
gonna
just
stay there
now.
Forever. Yeah, I thought you were gonna learn more about Pokemon.
I thought you were
and
gonna
help
marry
take care of
the
those
gym leader.
kids. How come you didn't stay with Professor Ivy?
She got creeped out.
Oh.
Oh, he's paralyzed.
Hey, Brock, what's wrong?
It's like the
I
crying
don't want
game.
to talk about it.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Professor Ivy do?
It's causing him physical pain.
What happened?
I don't
Oh
want
my
to talk
god,
about
it's so
it.
good.
She must have dumped him. This always happens. You okay, Brock?
No.
Oh, it's so funny.
You're finally
It really feels like the episode of where they were with the ghost Pokemon and they like licked them.
So glad you're here, Pikachu.
Yes.
And me. Oh, hi,
Oh, hi, Ash.
Oh, she's like, I don't care about your underwear anymore.
So, Misty, how's everything going with you and Togepi? Great.
Like they're a couple.
And Tracy, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Brock, how long's he been here, Mrs. Ketchum? Well, let's see.
A year? How long have you been in the Orange
It
Islands?
was a hot, muggy evening about a week ago. It's a good thing we got to the market before it closed,
What?
wasn't it?
Mine, Mr. Mime.
What?
Mime, did you just hear something?
Oh my god.
So did I. Let's go back and see
What
it
an
is.
amazing way to bring Brock back. It's
I just heard it again, Mime. It sounds like it's
He's just being
behind us.
stomped on.
I don't understand,
it's so
Mime.
great.
I hear
It's
it,
like,
but I
look
don't
down.
see it.
Where's that noise coming from?
Mine.
Oh, I'm so sorry for stepping all over you, sir. I hope
Sorry,
I didn't
sir.
hurt you.
It looks like his dad there.
I tried to get him to tell me
That
what
laugh,
happened,
oh
but whenever
gosh.
I mentioned Professor Ivy, he always said the same thing.
Don't mention that name.
So I stopped asking.
Oh, poor
He's
Brock.
Been a big help around
Brock's
the house.
heartbroken.
He does the dishes,
Look,
sweeps
Mr.
the
Mime doesn't
floors.
even have to work
He's a
anymore. He
better
could really
seamstress
take
than
up,
I'll
you know,
ever be.
his role as
Well,
stepdad.
It sounds like he's a good house guest.
Come on, Mr. Mime. I want to sweep today.
Except when he wants to do all of Mimey's chores.
I guess we'll never know what happened.
I know what happened. Brock liked Professor Ivy.
I liked her too.
Oh,
Sometimes
Ash.
your signature is Gary. Don't mention that name.
Dude, the writing on this episode is so
I
good.
know what'll cheer my little pumpkin up. I'll cook up something special.
Mr. Mime.
Maybe I'll make my deep dish chili dog pizza pot pies.
Mine.
Chili
Alright,
dog
chili
pizza
dog.
pot
Sure,
pies.
whatever you decide to
Share
do
that
will be
recipe.
delicious, Mrs. Ketchum.
I need the vegan version.
For the pot pies.
Ash.
Ash talked about them all the way here. Pot pies it is.
Ash, it's getting late.
With extra pepperoni.
Tracy wants to meet
Yes,
Professor
yes.
Oak. Yeah, bring the GS ball back. It's only been a year.
Aren't we?
Choco Palooza.
Answer me!
Everybody's so needy right
Would
now.
like to ask us, Tracy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell, Mrs. Ketchum, but I just want to know when we're going to go see Professor Oak.
I forgot.
She's like, he's upstairs.
Get the GS ball
Yeah.
right away. Ta-da!
That would be
Trophy they gave me
hilarious.
for winning the Orange League championship.
He comes out of the bathroom like, oh.
I'm just washing my hands
So happy.
for 20 seconds.
If I work out with that, I won't need another dumbbell. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh my gosh.
1, 2.
Please, let's go to the lab.
Yes, get rid of this GS ball. I need this story arc to come to a close.
Yep. Hope we get there before I change my mind.
I want to get there so I can see all the Pokemon the professor's been keeping for me.
I bet they'll
What
all be
is
happy
the
to see
GS
you
ball?
again, Ash.
Brock, I guess you must have been excited the first time you met the professor. That name.
I can't even say the word professor.
Oh, yeah, Professor Oak's one of the most respected Pokemon researchers in the whole world, and he's got one of the best Pokemon labs anywhere. Cool, let's hurry.
Tracy is in all his glory.
Just like we thought. There
We're heading straight to the old geezer's Pokemon paradise.
The
Before
old
we go after
geezers.
them, I think we should take a moment to call the boss and let him know we're still on the twerp's trail.
Oh, yeah?
Do you think Team Rocket checks in regularly with Giovanni? Like,
They have to. How else are they getting all this equipment?
yeah, they get the money.
Single Pokemon.
Not me.
We're three total losers.
all right, dude, I am loving this episode so far. This is so good.
The boss till we swipe some Pokemon.
You're right. And there'll be plenty to steal over at Oak's laboratory.
Hey, look. That older twerp who used to hang out with the younger twerps is back again.
Huh?
There it is.
What? How old is Brock?
Professor
I don't think we've ever come to
Well, Tracy,
that
what do you think?
conclusion, right?
He's like 100.
Just like I imagined.
No, he's gonna be like 40.
Oh, that's so creepy. No way. Look at my shiny trophy. That's like when you go have your birthday party at a bowling alley and they give you a trophy.
Professor Oak!
Maybe that was just me.
Professor? He must be here. The door wasn't locked.
Professor's
be
got
here.
a nice crib.
Maybe we shouldn't interrupt him. Maybe he's doing important research.
Ah, yes.
Professor!
Ash, good to see you here. I was just feeding your muck.
What were you feeding
Take
him?
your muck, please. Yeah, put your muck in a Pokeball and leave, please.
Were those broken bones that we just heard?
I know, you're like cracking.
Off me?
It certainly is an honor to finally meet you, Professor Oak. I'm a Pokemon watcher, so I observe.
He's like, can you
Pokemon
just
behavior
watch
like
from
you
over
do.
fire? Like, I'm
You'll
trying
mind
to
if I
get
sketch
muck
this?
off of me.
Tracy, we do mind!
Get my feet out of Muck's mouth.
Pikachu, Togepi, how are you doing?
Pika, Pika.
Togepi's like, I'm doing just fine.
Professor Ivy sends her best regards.
You really don't want to go there.
Ash, aren't you gonna give him the ball?
Give him the ball, dude.
Sorry it took so long.
Ah,
With the broken
mysterious
peanut crumbs
GS
on it.
ball.
We got a little sidetracked by the Orange League.
Well, I'm sure you gained lots of valuable experience. I'll begin my examination.
What is the ball, dude?
He
Don't put it on a shelf. We need
You sure
answers.
have a lot of Pokeballs here, Professor.
Most of these were sent to me by traveling trainers who started out here in Pallet.
We
Maybe
need
you'd like
answers.
to take a little tour.
Sounds great.
Huh? Hey,
Yes.
there's
Snorlax is doing very well here.
Snorlax!
How come he hasn't eaten all of Pallet Town yet? Oh, Snorlax is so good. It's
When it's
just
snoring, it's happy. Hey,
it's a
look.
classic.
What are they?
Oh, those are. Remember the episode with all the Tauros got
The 100
Tauros
Tauros?
being corralled in their
Yeah, but it was
Pokeballs.
banned, so
Yeah.
They all love
it didn't
the
make any
wide open
sense that
spaces.
Ash had all these Tauros in America because they're all. It's like, all right, there you go. You have one.
You must have enough Tauros to start your own private stampede.
Yep.
Wow, I'm impressed. What's that?
Is that Gary's?
That's Cookie Monster.
Oh, no, buddy.
Cookie, 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 cookie.
Professor Oak has like a
They all look
reserve.
like they're happy and healthy, don't they, Ash?
Sure do.
Well, don't forget
seems to
they're
be a
staying
common
with the
thing with
world-famous
professors.
Pokemon expert.
Yeah, you're right
Yeah,
about
but
that.
Oak's got the land. He's got the lab and the land.
Your drawings look interesting.
You
Oh.
think so? Actually, I picked out some of my best sketches, and even though they may not be that good, I was wondering if you could take a look at some of them.
It's like Pokemon
I'd be
Snap,
happy
but with
to look at
drawings.
Whatever you brought.
He's so happy. You all right, bruh?
It's a good thing I'm not nervous.
They're just drinking tea, like,
Hey, Tracy, take it easy.
Yeah, your sketches are fine. Now just stop worrying and relax, will ya?
What do you think of them so far,
Professor Oak's gonna be like, why are there so many women in your sketchbook?
What I've seen so far, I think that there's
Showtime!
I love that it just like whispered and it like
Yeah,
got
yeah.
so quiet.
What was that?
Something surrounding the whole place.
How do you know, Brock? Did you look?
Oh no. See, yeah, they definitely called the boss to get the budget for that.
For a giant bag.
Pikachu won't get
Well,
wet
that's the
now that
tent.
we have
That's
no
the
place
tent that we
to
have a situation
Neither will
about
those other
in the
Pokemon.
title.
Oh, it makes sense now.
It's Pikachu.
It's the GS ball. Why was there that?
Seen
why-
an Amistar yet?
No, but why was that a big black blob at the top of it?
Look like
what?
an ink blot.
Yeah. Who is this Pokemon we still haven't figured out? We get Jigglypuff back?
Jigglypuff's
Like,
mad.
how
like,
random.
Jigglypuff's like, I want to go in there and sing.
A circus?
Prepare for trouble at the greatest
It's amazing.
Better make that double, because we don't use a net.
to protect the world from devastation.
This could be one of their coolest costumes ever. Like, look at James, dude. It's the best.
Jesse!
And they're clapping. They're clapping for Team Rocket. That's so funny.
Speed of lightning.
Surrender now, because these clown fruits are
Look at the ridiculous outfits.
What are you doing here?
We thought Palatown could use a little excitement.
How did you bring an entire circus in a tent?
I wonder if they'll have an old-fashioned sideshow.
Oh
No,
my gosh.
just 3 freaks.
Ah,
Care, but
that was pretty good, Ash. That was like,
I thought you were
I remember
staying
like
back on Valencia
years
Island
ago
with
seeing
that
like, you know,
Professor
the
Ivy.
YouTube video Ash's best burns, you know, like when he's burning Misty or Brock, and that was a good one. That was in there definitely.
Now we're taking something. We're taking every Pokemon into place.
why not make this easy?
I
and
don't
just
think you're
hand
gonna
them
take
over?
anything based on your prior
Choose
performance.
you, Bulba. What is it, Muck? Okay, go.
Yes, Buck's like, I want to fight.
I choose Lickitung.
Oh no. You
Two
better
of the
lick up that
grossest
mess.
Pokemon. What?
Oh my gosh. This is a little disturbing.
Humans, and it's not too particular what kind. Slobbery.
I don't know what's going on.
It's just revolting.
It's revolting, whatever it is.
Go, Victory Bell!
Bro,
They were like,
I've
how do we
laughed more
top
in
this? How do we
episode.
make this the most ridiculous episode ever?
It's the best.
Victory Bell! Razor Leaf attack!
Yeah, right. While it's. Oh, Muck is mad now.
Leaf just got it! Victory Bell, get in there and get stuck on Muck!
Is that an official attack? Get stuck on Muck.
Now use your poison powder.
Poison gas.
Oh boy. Oh, that's great.
It's trying to swallow Muck. Ugh.
Oh, lucky Mucky!
Lickitung. Slobber it so we can
It's so random.
All right, this is like my favorite episode in a long time.
Yeah.
They're like friends.
Muck likes it!
Team Rocket has to be a lot closer than that.
Looks like Muck's got the lick.
Oh my
You're a
god.
great trainer too, Professor Oak.
So good. Oh. What?
Who is this?
Is it a Jedi?
Is it Base
Powder attack.
from Mega Man?
Uh-oh.
No, it just turned into a
Muck's
Ditto.
just like, yeah, it just like deflated.
Right. Bulbasaur, Squirtle, I choose you.
This
Like,
ain't
yeah,
over
this
yet,
isn't an
boy.
official
We still
match.
got a
Use all
secret
your
weapon.
Pokemon,
This
dude.
is more than a three-ring circus.
Step right up.
try your luck.
Ah.
Oh wow. I like how they were all the same size, but they just magically
We
shrunk.
won a nice little game
And then
of
made a
ring.
bow.
It's like the ring from Lord of the Rings. It fits to the user.
Pokemon we wanted
Yeah.
to prize.
Bet you'd like to release
Oh, I don't like
your
seeing
Pokemon
Professor
right
Oak
about
in trouble.
now.
That gives me weird
Unfortunately,
weird
at the
feelings.
moment,
I
you
get
seem to
upset.
be all tied up.
Yeah, that's Ash's dad. How could they do that?
With the super suction vacuum. Will
you
Ooh, a
imagine
super
if that comes
suction
out?
vacuum.
Always with the vacuum. Oh my god, they're ripping the windows off. Oh no,
Oh no, the
Oh,
GS
no.
ball.
the GS ball.
They're taking all the Pokeballs.
Uh-oh.
Finally, we can call the boss and tell him we've got plenty of Pokemon.
We don't even know what's
the
in those.
dwarf's Pokemon loss is great news for the boss.
It could be.
They're all Tauros. Tracy sketches.
There go my sketches.
No.
There goes
no,
Brock.
Brock.
Head out of the bed, kid. How come you came back?
I'll never tell.
Maybe you did something real embarrassing in front of that Professor Ivy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Even Meowth is in on it.
That name.
He's back on the tripwire. Like,
Oh no!
They've got the GS
The
ball.
GS ball.
somebody dive into that machine now.
It's gonna be Jigglypuff. Or the Jedi. One of the two.
Oh, hi, Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff just got blasted off at the speed of light. Oh, snap. They're foiled. Are all the Pokemon going to come out? Who is this? What?
Go, Nidoqueen!
Oh, no!
It's Gary.
Gary!
Nidoqueen, grab that tongue!
Oh, no!
Nidoqueen, use your Mega Punch!
Gary, not for nothing, Gary is a legit trainer. No one likes to say it, but...
You're
Yeah.
making our big top a big flop!
Get in there!
Okay, Gary, this with my scratch
Oh,
attack.
man. Meowth's
I don't know
placement of
about
his
that.
hands. Yeah.
Not as sharp as I used to be.
Strike attack, no!
Oh, the famous Nidoqueen sound.
We almost won that
I like that
time.
he used strength,
We got
though.
close.
A near victory.
Team Rocket's blasting off again!
Oh, it's so good.
But why did he show up in
Nidoqueen.
like a mummy costume? Oh,
I
there's
know,
the Game
why was
Boy
he
music.
all Jedi'd out? That's his new style. That is the Game Boy music.
How you doing, Grandpa? You okay?
Fine, thanks to you.
I didn't get all my sketches after all.
The GS ball's here too.
Oh, what's in it?
Luckily, Gary got here in the nick of time. You did a fine job.
Good job, Gary.
Thanks, Grandpa, but Nidoqueen deserves most of the credit.
Gary did a great job training you.
Yeah. He sure has turned himself into a really strong trainer. And getting stronger all the time thanks to his tough training schedule. You should see how much better he's gotten with his Pokemon.
Ash, you're
But not
useless.
good enough.
I beat the leader of the Orange Crew, and I even got the winner's trophy to prove it.
Congratulations!
Congrats,
That
you won
trophy didn't help much against Team
B-League
Rocket.
tournament.
Yeah, well, I did better than you did at the Pokemon League too, remember that?
That was a long time ago, Ash. I'm a much stronger trainer than I was back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd like to see how much stronger you are in a Pokemon
Oh my
battle
gosh.
with me.
Can
Their
we
eyes
just
lock.
talk about the? Can we talk about the GS ball? Someone.
Won't win.
I just need the story arc to end.
You think Ash can win?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Brock.
top notch
maybe,
commentary.
maybe not.
Stay back in Pallet. Ash finds
All right,
himself
this
on the
episode's
verge of a
gonna go long
Pokemon
because we're gonna
battle
just
with his
we
arch-enemy
just need to
Gary.
see what
It seems
happens.
Gary is strong.
It can't end like this.
The
Will Ash have
best.
the home
No,
court advantage, or is he about
cliffhanger,
to
no.
become the local loser?
The local loser. Oh my gosh!
No.
Even the narrator was in on this.
Choose jukebox.
No.
But did you hear that? Even the narrator. Who's gonna be the local loser?
I'm telling you, there's a lot of pride at stake here, dude. What an amazing episode!
That
I
was
laughing the entire
literally
time.
so good. It was punny. It was funny. It was just
But,
all
like-
around a blast. The Muck got in on it. Like Togepi
But
was.
finally like plot. There was actual plot. Like, they
Everyone
get back
in it
home.
was funny. Everybody was comedic.
So good. Random Brock comes back and he's like, so good. So good. Definitely 2 thumbs up on that one. One more episode in the arc, so this will be exciting to finally wrap it up. But Adam, I've got Hidden Fates.
I've got Sun and Moon.
Hidden Fates is 4. 3. 4.
4.
3. 4. They're man, it feels so good to hold Hidden Fates cards. God, it feels so good. The quality is so good. All right, here we go. We've got Fighting Energy, Misty's Determination. We got Brock's Pewter City Gym. What's up, Brock? Giovanni's Exile, Charmander, Voltorb, Coughing, Ekans, Cubone. Reverse is a Jinx, and the rare is a non-hollow Lapras.
No.
What do you
All right.
have? What thing? What
Sun and Moon.
expansion?
The base. The base set. Fighting Energy, Poison Barb, Dragonair, Charjabug, Shelder, Tokimadaru, Poplio, Zubat, Carvana, Oh, we're gonna finish the podcast. Reverse Hollow is Poliwhirl, and a rare no, I don't know what it is. It's a Toucanon. It's a Toucanon. I don't know why I wanted to call it a Toucatanon. It's a Toucatanon.
Man, that was such a. I'm still like hung up on that episode. That was a great.
It was
episode.
awesome. That's like the funnest episode we've seen in a while.
Well, it's been like 4 or 5 episodes since he actually won. So the last couple episodes have been filler, and even like the last few then he was in competition were like a little sketchy. Finally, they're back to form. I thought this was a phenomenal episode. I mean, the writing was absolutely amazing. It was so funny. So
every single character,
everyone was great,
including the narrator. Had this episode on blast.
Took a dig.
Yeah.
No, it's I'm excited to see the final episode next week, and finally see what's up here, because it's been a while since Ash and Gary have faced off, and yeah. But now Ash has all of his Pokemon to choose from. This could be exciting. This could be interesting. But Adam, I think that's a show. We did it, man.
I think that is a wrap.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out the show, and we appreciate it if you made it this far. Please check out GottaWatchEmAll.com for everything that's going on with the show, PokemonProfessor.com for everything that's going on with the network. You can email us, info@GottaWatchEmAll.com. You can leave us a text or voicemail or a picture or video, whatever, 732-835-8639. Other than that, connect with us on social media. Looking forward to some TCG stuff in our future, so definitely pay attention to that. Check out Lured Up for Pokemon Go stuff, special conditions for TCG stuff, and happy holidays to everyone. Hope everyone has a safe and healthy New Year, because we got New Year's next week.
Ditto.
All right, Adam. I think that's it. Is that really it?
That is it. Unless you want to watch another episode.
Remember, trainers, if you can't be out there catching them all, just hang out with us and watch them all. We'll see you next week.